Well, welcome back to vlog 2 of the series of me moving back to England, and in this video I want to address some of the questions you might have had. I haven't actually had too many, but one of them is why do I want to move back to England when I've got life so good here, you know, the landscape, the weather, yeah, and everything, and wages. So yeah, one of the reasons is I just don't feel at home here. I've tried to make Australia home, you know, it's been a wonderful experience living here, but I want to go home. And it might sound cliche, but I've tried to make it work here, I really have. And yeah, it just hasn't. By the way, I've changed my layout in my office, so my wall unit used to be up here with all my storage and stuff. I've since painted that and now flipped my desk around so it's no longer facing the window. I can actually access my window there. I've got a new lens that I've purchased, which is in here. Well, I'll go into that in a later video. But yeah, yeah, I just struggle living here. And if you don't know, I have got autism. I don't like to mention it because I don't want it to change one's perception of me. I don't like having a label. You know, I'd rather just blend in with everyone else, you know. We've all got our problems, and that's the way it should be, really. Though I do struggle with my mental health, my anxiety and my depression is a big one, and this is one of the big reasons why I'm also moving back to England. So my photography, like my cameras and me going out and taking photos, is my way of dealing with my depression. But when I start to run out of things to do, then my depression starts to creep back up on me. And where I am, you know, in Australia, I'm struggling with what to do in probably a year's time, because as my condition with my back, you know, changes, it's not really improving. It is getting better to a point, but it's not going to get to the point where I will be eradicated of pain. As I sit here right now just talking to you, my feet are tingling with pain. You know, it's got pins and needles all the time, no matter what I'm doing. My lower back hurts all the time, but right now it's good, but it hurts. My upper back hurts, but if I were to rate it out of 10, it'd be a 2, and that's it. And that's on a good day. On a bad day, it is really bad. Anyway, I'm going to get out of this room. We're going to go outside, but I just wanted to show you. So also, I'm trying to work out what gear do I take with me back to England. Now I know I want to travel with a nice lightweight camera system, so I'm thinking, or a setup. I mean, so I've got my laptop. I've got 2 drives with everything on it. So like 2 drives like this. I might buy another two more, and put this in with my stuff that's going in with the remove list. So I've got like 5 terabytes of storage, and then I use a portable SSD drive for my current photos and everything, and then for like photos that I want to keep and I know I'm going to use those, you know, for like books and calendars in the future, then they go into a cloud-based storage, which I'm using Google for that. So I've got like, I think 200 gigs of storage, which doesn't sound like much, but if you're only keeping your favorites in there, your that you want to keep and you don't want anything to happen to, that space will last me a fair old time. So currently I've got about 5 years work in there, and I've got about 40 gigs in there, so that's not too bad. Goes to show how much I want to keep my contents, like stuff like this. This one here, isn't it? Of the forests, across from when I was staying at Carry Valley Resort, so I love that photo. I love this aerial one as well. That was taken out of some tailings. There's some other stuff around here, but oh yeah, and this is one of the images I look at when I'm in sort of like, I would love to live in a place that has a garden like this. I've had this on my wall ever since I was a kid, and it means a lot to me. It, you know, it's basic. I got it from a shop, but that scene, looking off into that, I can just imagine sitting on the patio there with a cup of tea in hand, maybe a couple of biscuits, and maybe a dog by my side. I don't know. I'm trying to work out what gear I want to take with me back to England. So I definitely know I want to take my laptop. I'll need my archival storage. Go outside. So yeah, I want to take one of my cameras with me. I don't know which one it's going to be. Is it going to be my Fuji, which is lightweight, compact, and yeah, or do I take my Canon, which I know very well? And by the way, that's going to come up in some other videos. It's now Wednesday. I'm going to release this today, and there's still a video coming up this Friday, and another 2 after that. Wait, it's noisy out here. So yeah, so I'm still trying to work out what I'm going to do. I've also got the deal of selling my car. Now it's getting kind of close now. I'm looking to move in September. I was originally thinking of selling my car in August, listing it up for sale, but I think that might be a bit of a risk. I think it's going to take a little longer, so I'm going to put it up in June, late June. So that only leaves 2 months basically for me to do my travels. March, April, May. I've got this trip coming up, which I'm going up to Calgary for a week, which is going to take me about 8-9 hours to get there, which is crazy. And that's about 700 kilometers of driving, 600 or 700, somewhere in that ballpark. But I'm going to take my time when I go up there. I'm going to stop in Cervantes. I'm going to camp there because I can't do it in one journey. And with my back the way it is, it makes it hard. And I'd love to go up to what's that name of the national park? Carragini. I'd love to go to Carragini, but that's such a long way. That's about 1,500 kilometers, 1,600 kilometers. And I need little luxuries to help me, nice place to sleep and stuff. And I always do worry if my car will be able to make it, because it is 21 years old now. I've replaced a lot of things in my car, but there's still things more like the electrical side that I worry about failing. If I was driving it around Perth, that'd be fine. But I have done a lot on my car. I've replaced the suspension, all the suspension components. I've replaced the front radiator. I've replaced the alternator, the power steering pump, the water pump, and the fan clutch, the auxiliary fan. What else have I done? I've replaced all the brakes, not the brake calipers, but the brake discs and brake pads. I've got that thing, so from hard race, I think it is, or hardcore. I think it's hard race, where it's on the back wheels, and it allows me to have extra toe and extra camber adjustment. So when I was maxed out before on my adjusters, my tyres were sitting basically like that, and I was wearing my tyres every 3,000 kilometers, which is definitely not ideal. When a set of rear tyres, you're looking at $800 to $900. So now I've got that sorted, and the tyres seem to be absolutely fine. So I've done about 2,000 kilometers on them, and they still look new, which is great. So that's rectified that, and that was like $600. And the suspension on the car that I've done is the Bilstein B6s. That was $2,000 in parts. I think it was pretty high, and all the other accessories that I put on the car. But yeah, I'm hoping it will go for what I want it to. I haven't got a service history of it because I never planned on selling my car. I never planned on moving. So I hope no one minds, but I will be able to show them that it has been cared for. I'm fitting Kumo tyres, but I've fitted the good Kumo tyres, the really good brand, or on their variations. But yeah, oh yeah, I've also, actually I think I've got 4 videos on the go coming out. I'll give you a quick glimpse over one of them. So to give me inspiration for England, why am I going back, reminding myself why. I bought myself some books, and these books will help me a great deal. Where should I go for? I might go for this one. Bought myself a photography book, photography guide, and just seeing the diversity in this book, and that's just a small part of England. I'm blown away by that. It's just immense. What there is to do. I've got a lot of people, family, saying that England's a shithole. Why would you want to move back? Well, if you think it's a shithole, why don't you move yourself? Jeez. You sound so depressed about it, but you never leave, and I bet you. I don't know. Perth is not a shithole, but it's not for me, and I'm moving because I'm moving to a place where I know it's going to be better for me. So if something doesn't work for you, move, change, mix it up. So that's what I'm doing. It's a risk. It's a big risk. I'm hoping it pays off. I know that I will work 100% more on, I will, not 100% more, I will put a lot more time and work into my photography, into everything I'm doing when I'm in England. Here I feel more laid back and I don't feel like I can do as much. I think because now I've gone to YouTube, it's brought a different level in, and a different way I'm working with photography. If I was just posting on Instagram, yeah, it'd be fine, but YouTube, you've got to have a bit of diversity, and it'd be great to show off parts of Australia, but it's just so far and so much money. It's expensive. I think it was £1.70 for fuel and $1.70 for petrol here. So same price, just different currency. But I wouldn't have to travel as far in England, where here I've got to travel a long, long way. To drive to Calbarry, I'm looking at about, to there and back for the whole thing, doing all my photography and everything, I'm probably looking at about $400 or $500 in petrol. Where if I was in England, that amount of fuel would probably get me about 3 or 4 months of photography worth, maybe a bit more, and I would be able to travel a lot more as well. But yeah, and also what I'm thinking about, when it comes to making my videos in England, when I've got my camera, is taking this guy with me in my pocket too. I do love this little camera. There are some things I don't like about it, but for a walk around sort of system, where you just want to document things in a nice, simple, easy way, this guy is a really good thing. And I will do a video on it probably when I get back from Calbarry, but for now, we'll leave it. I think I've got enough, and I just want to have a bit of a break. So yeah, now what's on the agenda for the rest of the day? Probably just relax, make myself a cup of tea, sit out in the garden for a bit, water the garden, stroke Max a little bit more, our little dog, and have a bit of dinner, and probably go to bed early. Maybe watch a movie. I don't know. That's another thing. I haven't felt the urge to watch a movie. I don't feel it's going to cheer me up. I've just been watching House on repeat. The series. It's on Amazon Prime. It's on Netflix as well in Australia. At least for WA anyway. Just watching House. I love that show. I think I'm up to season 4 now. Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a bit of a fill in what's going on and where my mind's at. I wish there was a guidebook on how to do this. For me, someone tailored it for me. That would make it so much easier, but sadly that isn't the case. You could read out how someone else done it, but that worked for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. It feels quite lonely, and when you're going through times like this where change is going to be big, you want people to encourage you, people to say everything's going to be alright, and things will work out, that sort of thing. Not, why do you want to move back to this shit? Oh, you're making a mistake and all that stuff, because that's still playing in my mind even without them saying that sort of stuff. But that's just, I think that's my mind wanting to play it safe. Yeah. So yeah, those sort of people who say that stuff, I don't want I don't want to hear any of it. I don't want to hear from you. If you do that, then I will just ignore you.
Simple as that. I don't want to hear from that. That's just negative, and it's not going to help me out whatsoever. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to sign out, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next one. Okay, bye for now, everyone. This is Max. What do you want, Max? What do you want? No, you can't. Sheep. What are you doing? I think he's camera shy. What? Max? Max? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? I'm going to miss you the most, eh? Hello? He's got a weird personality. I love it. Alright. What do you want? Do a schmacker? Do a schmacker? Do a schmacker? Hello? Do a schmacker? Yeah? Do a schmacker? Come on then. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hello? You're definitely camera shy, aren't you? Look at you. What? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Oh my God, you're moving around so quickly. What do you want? What? What? What do you want? Do you want a schmacker? Do you want a schmacker? Do you want a schmacker? Yeah? Oh, he's so sweet, isn't he? Hello? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Hello? Come on then. What do you want? Come on. What do you want? What? A schmacker. Come on then. It's hard to control the camera and do this. Okay, let's grab you a schmacko. Out here, eh? It's hard to do one-handed as well. Just give him like a denty stick and you break it in half. Break it to little areas. Oh, this is going to be so hard to do one-handed. I'm going to get a bigger bit because I'm recording you. Do you want that? He's happy now.